people in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. Say, who are the people in your neighborhood? The people that you meet each day.
Hi boys and girls, welcome to Turn the Page Tuesdays. So now that it's almost time for bed, make sure that you take care of all of those bedtime routines. Parents, now's the time to pause your device for the children to be able to go ahead and do that. Hi boys and girls, today we are here with Representative John Lawrence. Representative Lawrence, how are you doing?
I'm well, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us. So we are in his office right now, and if I look around, I see a lot of things from Pennsylvania, which is the state we live in. We live in the United States, and a state in the United States is Pennsylvania. And then we live in the community of Oxford or Nottingham. So, Representative Lawrence, can you tell us what you do in the community?
Sure. So I serve as state representative for all of Oxford School District, most of Avongrove School District, and most of Octorara School District. And state representatives are elected officials. So once a year, moms and dads go to the polls, and you might have heard about voting from your parents. So every 2 years, I'm up for re-election, and we make laws in the state of Pennsylvania. So I serve in, does anyone know do you know what the capital of Pennsylvania is?
I do, but can you tell us?
Well, the capital of Pennsylvania is Harrisburg. So that's about an hour and a half away from here. And there's a beautiful building in Harrisburg called the Capitol Building. It has a big green dome on the top of it. And the House of Representatives and the State Senate both meet in that building. And we pass bills that become laws, just like this. And then it goes to the governor, Governor Wolf, and if he likes it, he signs it into law, and if he doesn't like it, then he says no. There's a special word for that. It's called veto, and he's vetoed some of the things we've sent him to.
Can you tell us one bill that you've proposed that the kids might be interested in?
Well, I've proposed a lot of different bills, but one that I've proposed that they might be interested in has to do with chocolate milk. Now, when I was in kindergarten, I went to a place called Kemblesville Elementary School, which is right over here, and I really liked drinking chocolate milk. It was 15 cents a carton. I remember that.
Wow.
So right now, it can be difficult to serve whole chocolate milk in schools, and I want to make it easy for kids to get chocolate milk. So believe it or not, I'm running a bill that has to do with that issue.
So, Representative Lawrence, you talked to us about voting.
Right.
What age can people vote?
Well, I'm sure that maybe you've even voted in your class, maybe for a favorite book or a favorite stuffed animal. But in the United States, to vote for elected offices or to vote for people who are serving in the government, you have to be 18 years old.
Can you tell us how often do you have to go to Harrisburg? Usually I see you a lot around Oxford and town.
Right.
So how often do you have to travel that hour and a half?
So we're in Harrisburg usually between 80 and 90, 100 days a year.
Do you have to know how to read to be a politician in your job?
How to read? Oh, absolutely. I think it'd be very difficult to be a state representative and not be able to read.
So what sort of things do you have to read for your job?
Well, I have to read the laws that we're passing, and I kind of printed out an example here of one. But I also get a lot of letters and a lot of emails from the people who live in Oxford and West Grove and Cochranville, and they have suggestions of things that we should do in Harrisburg, laws we should make, or maybe they even have complaints about things that they don't like. And I have to be able to read those letters and emails, so it's very important.
Well, this evening I think you're going to read a book. It's called One for All. So we can't wait to hear that book this evening.
One for All, a Pennsylvania number book. And I really like this book because it goes through the numbers and talks about neat stuff from Pennsylvania. And I love our great state, our great Commonwealth, Pennsylvania. So let's get into it here. One for All, a Pennsylvania number book. Oh, let's get into it. Let's see what the first page says. Our Liberty Bell is number 1, announcing the birth of our nation. It rang from Independence Hall so high in 1776 in the month of July. There's the Liberty Bell. Let's see what this is. Two lanky brown mules working in a pair pull a canal boat up the Delaware River, steady on the towpath till the sun goes down, dreaming of their stable back in Eastontown. Towpath along the Delaware Canal is near my grandparents' house. Let's see this here. In Pittsburgh, we find our number 3, the Ohio, Monongahela, and Allegheny. They're 3 mighty rivers carved through the landscape, Pittsburgh's golden triangle, a 3-sided shape. So in Pittsburgh, 3 rivers come together. 4, on Pennsylvania's Turnpike, let's take a ride on our first multi-lane highway nationwide. 4 tunnels open just like a door so you can drive through a mountain's core. 5 Amish quilts in colors so bold hang on a clothesline waiting to be sold. 3 are brand new and 2 are very old, but all will keep us warm on nights so cold. 6 mighty horses all day long pull a Conestoga wagon steady and strong, down to Philadelphia and all the way back, never getting stuck in the muddy track. So, back in the old days, before people had cars, if they wanted to move something a long way, they'd have to use horses and a wagon. And these wagons were built in Lancaster County, Conestoga wagons. That was a long time ago. Runaway slaves kept 7 stars in sight. The Big Dipper led them north through the night. The Underground Railroad helped them to hide in Pennsylvania's safe countryside. 8 bright colors sit on a palette, waiting for the brush of an artist's talent, to paint Penn's woods for all to see, in valleys green and hills serene in splendid beauty. This looks like a baseball game. Little League Baseball began in Williamsport. Now kids worldwide play this American sport. So 9 young players, whether big, short, or tall, play 9 innings long when the ump yells, "Play ball!" "10 brave boys blew bugles shiny new, 5 dressed in gray and 5 in blue. At Gettysburg, all stood straight and tall, ready to answer their general's call." So that's talking about the Civil War. An important battle was fought in Gettysburg, which is just a couple minutes west of us. Some of you might have been to the battlefield. Let's see what this says. Pennsylvania is first rate. Its nickname is the Keystone State. When 11 stones an arch create, the center keystone bears the weight. Pies. 12 shoe-fly pies make an even dozen, enough for your family and every last cousin. Fresh from the oven and sweetened with molasses, we'll need a big pitcher of milk and many tall glasses. Let's see. 13. Look at this. Betsy Ross made with needle, thread, and thimble, our country's first flag, an American symbol. By sewing 13 stars in a circle on blue, our colonies united into a nation so new. Oh, that's great. Look at these pretty lightning bugs. 14 fireflies shimmer, glimmer, and gleam, hovering above a Pennsylvania stream. Along swims a brook trout with a hungry look. but from a covered bridge drops a fishing hook. Uh-oh. You better watch out for that. Let's see what this says. 15. 15 hemlocks in a shady glen shelter the chicks of a ruffled grouse hen. Suddenly a deer bounds through the glen, and then all is peaceful in the woods of William Penn. Oh, looks like we're going to skip 16, 17, 18, and 19 and go right to 20. Benjamin Franklin is legendary. He founded the first public library. So 20 great books are yours to borrow. Just bring them back 2 weeks from tomorrow. You know, I love going to the library. And I'm sure some of you like going to the library too. In your school or even in the middle of Oxford, there's a wonderful library. Maybe you can go and check out a book like this and you could read the rest. We're not going to have time to read the whole book today, but it goes on. Maybe you'd like to find out what happens next in the book. That would be super neat, right?
I hope you enjoyed that book by our special guest. Now it's time for bed. Good night, everyone. We'll see you in the morning.